by the way, another teammate, I said this yesterday, Larry Fitzgerald was critical of Kyler Murray. If Larry Fitzgerald is critical of somebody, which he rarely is, I listen. Now, A.J. Green, a teammate of Kyler Murray, Arizona quarterback. This is becoming very Aaron Rodgers. Another teammate or an ex-teammate is sort of, willing to go public. Here's A.J. Green on Kyler.
You mentioned on just working with Kyler in that first year and having a chance to come back here. Just how do you see your relationship with him, and is there room for growth to get better, even though you've already spent a year together?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot of room. I think for me, it's just communicating with him what I see, or what he want me to do, how he want me to run this route. And I think last year that was a lack on my part. I didn't really communicate with him about stuff like that because I didn't want to put a lot of stuff on his plate.
Now, that's being taken as a shot on Kyler Murray. Whether it is or not, this is interesting. Both Green Bay and Arizona, because I see Aaron and Kyler, is kind of the same. A lot of work. A lot of drama. Willing to criticize and go out publicly through your agent or through yourself or through media leaks to make the organization look bad. The same guy. Both really talented. But what are we left feeling with both of these guys at the end of seasons? Oh, my God, are they worth the headache? I mean, Aaron Rodgers. Look at his last several playoff runs, last 15 playoff games. He's not a foxhole guy. He doesn't have a lot of come-from-behind wins if you compare him to his contemporaries like Matt Ryan and Derek Carr, Russell Wilson. He's great when he's comfortable. When Aaron's not, he bails. I say he's a bailer, not a baller. Great when comfortable. Kyler Murray. Last 3 years, not a galvanizer, not a leader. People have talked about that. What happened last 3 years? He's not available. He's not good. He's hurt. He declines. The NFL's hard, and the quarterback position's the hardest of all the positions to play. And there is a leadership makeup. I never feel with Mahomes or Josh Allen or Peyton Manning or Russell Wilson or Tom Brady or Matt Stafford. I never, ever think, God, is it worth it? That's all I think about with Aaron and Kyler now. That's their brand. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, they're talented. Absolutely special. And both organizations have to pay them because they're trapped. But God, is it worth it? And the answer currently with both is, yeah, it is. Right now, it is. But I believe Green Bay and Arizona would bail on both if they could. They can't, so they won't. And remember what Chris Mortensen said in February? His tweet was, there's an odd vibe between the Cardinals and Murray. It's alarming. Murray's described as self-centered, immature, finger-pointer. Murray's frustrated with the franchise, embarrassed by the playoff loss to the Rams, thinks he's being framed as the scapegoat. You think you'd get that, honestly, from Russell Wilson or Burrow? I don't know. Mahomes, Josh Allen? I just don't think. Lamar Jackson? I just don't think you'd get that. I think Kyler and Aaron, because of their makeup, of their personalities, there's a reason why we're disappointed at the end of seasons more than other great quarterbacks. Because this is hard. You have to be a foxhole guy. You have to be about others, not yourself. And the words that come up with Aaron and Kyler are always the same. Self-centered, a lot of ego, finger pointers. Boy, Aaron's a finger pointer. That's indisputable. So, but right now, are they worth it? Is it worth it? The answer is yes for both. Joy with the news.
No.
Turn on the news. Of KD and Kyrie, year 3. If they lose tonight and they're underdogs, they'll go down 0-2 and have statistically a 7% chance to win. It'll be over. And if they lose the series, here is what we get through 3 years. And by the way, these guys ain't getting younger. They're getting injured more. Year 1, out in round 1. Kyrie refused to play in the bubble. He got precious on us. Year 2, Harden joined. All 3 hurt, out in round 2. This year they lose tonight, they'll be out in round 1 again. Folks, if you were a couple of rock stars and you broke up from the band and you joined, and you had 3 albums, 2 were flops, and 1 was a very, very mild success, it didn't work. I mean, when Don Henley and Glenn Frey left the Eagles, Don Henley had multiple hits. Glenn Frey had a number 1 hit, and they got back together. They were like, we're better together. And they had multiple hits. In the Eastern Conference, without Kawhi, without LeBron, in the Eastern Conference, lose tonight, it's 2 first-round exits and a second-round exit and tons of injuries and drama. And then add this layer to it. Luka's hurt in the West. Devin Booker's hamstring's a problem. Lakers, Clippers out. Here comes Golden State. Flourishing. Best they've played all year. Clobbering Denver. Folks, it's going to be a bad couple of weeks potentially for KD and Kyrie. Golden State's flourishing without him. A very quick reboot. The Celtics are going to flourish, win this series potentially, without Kyrie. James Harden left them both, and he's going to win his series. And these two guys that are smarter than all of us. KD and Kyrie have a little feel like all the Bitcoin NFT guys. You ever notice that? 92% of people who invest in Bitcoin and NFT are renters. Can't afford a home, but they're going to tell all of us the future of economics in America. Right? NFTs are already cryptocurrency. Anybody's guess. But they're all experts. KD, Kyrie, they knew better. They knew better than the Celtics tradition and Brad Stevens. They knew better than Golden State, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond, and Steve Kerr. They knew better. A loss tonight. 2 first-round exits and a second-round exit. I'm sorry. 7-8 years ago, people were arguing in my space, Joy's space, this talk space. KD, LeBron were 1-1A. Come on now. If you break up with a successful band, join forces with another rock star, 3 albums, 2 flop, others a mild success, time to go back to the original band. Time to go back. This is big tonight. And by the way, Brooklyn's an underdog. Kyrie flipped the fans off, so they're going to be in no mood for him. This is going to be the best first-round game ever. Tonight could be the most intense first-round game in NBA playoff history. And legacies get formed on this stuff. They get formed. I mean, these are the moments where my gut feeling tells me KD and Kyrie win. My gut tells me they're going to figure it out tonight. They're not ready to wave that white flag. They're going to give them everything, and it's going to be just magical. The villains go into Boston. They hate Kyrie, and he scored. Now, I don't think Kyrie will be as good tonight. I do think Kevin Durant will rebound and put on an all-time epic performance. But this is going to be amazing. I don't preview games a lot. This is going to be a great game. This is a big deal. You don't leave the band hoping for 3 albums and 2 flops. That's not why you left the band. You left the band because you wanted to prove, I don't need the band. Don Henley's like, I can do hits without the band. He was right. The late Glenn Fry, I can do hits without Henley. Hey, he got a #1 hit. But they both admitted, let's get back together. The band was really, really good. We're better together than solo. These guys don't even have a hit yet. They don't have one song that's been top 10 on the Billboard charts. Very exciting. All right, let's talk about this. Pelicans beat the Suns. Hamstring issue for Devin Booker. I don't think he's out. He struggled with a hamstring. That's kind of been his thing for the last couple of years. I think Phoenix wins the series. But Brandon Ingram's a former Laker. I don't know if you've noticed, but former Lakers had pretty good years. Let's see. Brandon Ingram has knotted up the series. He had 37 last night. Lakers certainly could have used Kyle Kuzma's 17.5-point, 8.5 rebound average this year. Alex Caruso was averaging 13 a game. He's a plus defender. And Lonzo Ball was quite something until he got hurt in Chicago. Not surprising, a story comes out today. The Lakers' job, according to the LA Times, is not that attractive to elite candidates. Why would it be? In the last 10 years, they've had 7 losing seasons, and that's with Kobe, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. Name the last player the Lakers have developed into a star. I'll give you a hint. Kobe. That's it. Because college basketball now gives NBA teams 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds, you got to be patient. Jordan Poole for the Warriors, 9 points first year, 12 points second year, 18.5 this year. And next year, he's probably 22 points a game. They got themselves a star. But the Warriors have a history of drafting and developing, and Draymond was a second-round pick, and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and then they mix in really smart veterans like a KD or an Andre Iguodala. They have a history. Lakers don't. Lakers don't develop. That's not their thing. The Lakers are the Yankees. We just go pay for players. That's what's so magical about the Rams. They're in a big city, but yet they draft, develop, and get stars. That's when you become potentially a dynasty. Lakers coaching search, not good. Brandon Ingram averaged 18 with the Lakers after 3 years. They bailed on him. Goes to New Orleans, immediately averages 24. And according to my sources, he is loved there. He knows everybody's name in the building, hugs around the building, wonderful kid. He was a really nice kid here. But he came into the NBA. He weighed about $150 at 6'11". He was shy, kind of withdrawn. LA is kind of overwhelming, and it took him a while to get his feet under him. The minute he leaves LA, smaller market, he's crushed. He's a great talent. It took him a while. You remember when he came out here? It was